Hey, this is Lee Waller and welcome. In this video, I'm going to be looking at text animators in After Effects. In a previous video, I did take a look at the basics of text. So if you're not really sure how to use it, it's pretty simple. Go back and take a look at that video. So I'm going to start off by creating some text. We'll grab the text tool there at the top, jump into the viewer and just click. And I'm going to type in animators. I'm going to hold down the shift key as I type and just use that. I'm going to hit the enter key on my number pad there, and let me go ahead and center this up. Paragraph center right there, then align. Let me jump there and we'll center that text. So what are text animators? They're basically just that. They're going to allow you to animate the text. Yes, you can go down here to the transform properties, open that up and move this text around. But what about the individual letters? That's where the text animators really shine. They're going to give you the ability to animate these letters separately. Now, the text animators are real easy to find. They're right here. You can see that we've already opened up the properties for this, and it says animate right there. Just click on that button and you'll see a whole world of options open up. Anchor point, position, scale, skew, rotation, opacity, all of these transform properties. Yes, they sound familiar to the 5 basic transform properties. They're all right here, but they're going to, again, allow us to animate the separate letters. I'm going to start off with rotation. So I'm just going to select rotation right there, and it adds in this animator. And for this video, I'm going to rename these just to help us understand what we're working with. So I've selected animator 1. I'm going to hit the enter key there on my keyboard. Then I'm just going to space over and hit rotation. We are going to add in another animator in just a few minutes. I'm going to close up this transform property right there so we can see what we're looking at. Let's open up this range selector here. And this is where we can do some of our work. I'm going to scroll down and we'll go ahead and rotate this. And you can see there our text, they're individually rotating rather than the entire line of text. And so I'm going to go ahead and set this to 90 degrees. And we have our start option, our end option, and offset. All 3 of these can be used to animate this text. Demonstrate the start option. I'll click on the stopwatch right there, just jump in about 2 seconds, and then bring that up to 100%. And you can see how this animates each individual letter. Let me delete those 2, reset that back to 0, and then we can set here on our end option. And that reverses it. And then I'll undo those real quick. And now we'll go to offset, and I'll set a keyframe right there and jump back into 2 seconds, bring that up to 100%. It's very similar to our start option there. And another way that we can use the offset, I'm going to bring the timeline indicator back to the beginning, and I'm going to set this start at 25%. And then I'm going to set the end at, say, 75%. And so it's only going to animate a section of this based on the percentages that I've placed in there. So you have a lot of flexibility on this. Now, that's not all. This is just the beginning, and it can get pretty complicated. I'm going to reset all of this, and I'm going to leave my offset right where it is. At this point, we've only been animating the rotation on a 2D axis. This does have the ability, and I'm going to go right here to the animator, and I'm going to go to this add button right here, and we'll click on it, go to property, and you can see up here it says to enable per character 3D. We're going to select it, and now down here you'll see that we can animate this on the X, Y, and Z rotation. So I'm going to reset this Z rotation back to 0. And I'm going to set this X rotation to 90. And now we can go through and play this. And you can see that the letters are popping up. If you're not familiar with 3D space in After Effects, I'm going to jump out of the main active camera, and I'm going to look at this custom view 1 so we can see this a little bit better. and see how they are animating in. They're laying down on their faces and they're popping back up. So we'll go through and play that. And if I want them to lay down the other way, we can set that to a -90. And now they'll pop up from their back to the face. And so that gives you an idea of how this is working. Let me go back to my active camera right there, and we'll take a look at it. The active camera is the one that renders, so make sure you check it before you complete your animation. And if we wanted to add in any of these other rotations, we can. I'll just select one and add in 90 degrees on it, and then so we're only using rotation at this point. We can add in any of these other properties. And again, I'll click right there, go to property. We can add in any of these. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and add in opacity. And hopefully you're beginning to see that whatever I set this property to, this offset is going to bring it from that property back to the 0 position. So right now, opacity is not going to have an effect on this, but if I bring this opacity down to 0, what this offset is going to do is bring it from 0 back to 100%. And so now this opacity is going to play into this animation. There is the possibility that you want the timing of two different properties to be different so you don't add them all into the same animator. I'm going to go ahead and delete the opacity, and I'll add it in as a separate animator. So with my text selected right here, I'm going to go to animate, and I'm going to add that in again, opacity. And so now you see that we have our animator 1 rotation. I'm going to go ahead and label this as animator 2 opacity. And just like we did before, what I'll do is I'm going to bring this opacity down to 0. I'll go into my range selector and I'll set a different timing for that. I'm going to set my offset right there, set that first keyframe, and then I'll make this animate in a little bit quicker, bring that up to 100%, and then go back and play. So we're actually seeing the text appear before they start rotating. That may not be the animation you want. This is to demonstrate the fact that we can have multiple different animators animating different properties with different timings. So I've added the word text into our text animations here just to demonstrate a few more things on this. I'm going to go right here. There's our animator 1 rotation. And it does have, I went back and I added opacity back into that animator. So both rotation and opacity are in there. You see that we're animating this on the offset right there. I'm going to go into these properties right here in advanced. This gives us a lot more that we can do with this. We'll take a look at these. First option here is the units of how this is measured. Right now it's on percentage. That means that we start at 0% and then we can go up to 100% on the range of this text here. We can change that to index, and that counts the number of letters that we have, including spaces. So that will be included. And so we have 14 letters along with that space. That gives you the ability to dial in on one of the letters or a range of the letters more specifically. So I'm going to switch that back to percentage there. Our next property based on is based on, are we looking at all of the characters? And our next option right there is characters excluding spaces. That's why I added in this extra word here. It will do all of the characters. It will skip that space so that it'll go from this T to this A and skip that space right there. So let me go and play that through. Then you also have the option of words. Then our last one there is lines. So if you have multiple lines of text, it'll bring them in separately. I'm going to set that back to characters excluding spaces right there. Our next option there, mode. This has to do with the way that this animation is executed. Right now it's add, and I kind of look at that as being plus in the positive direction. The way that we have set it up, it is executing the animation that way. The other option under there that I'm going to look at is subtract, which means that it's going to do it in the opposite direction. So this is an easy way that if you want to animate something in and then have it reverse that animation, you can use this mode. We're going to set that back to add. The amount here affects how much of this animation is actually executed. I'll jump in here about halfway and set this to 50%. And you can see that it's starting halfway through the animation. We'll go back and take a look at that. And so you can work with that amount and see the different results you get. At 0, we don't see any of the animation, and this will actually go into a negative number. So I'll set that at negative 50%. And it'll go all the way up to a negative 100%. I'm going to set that back to 100. Our next property there is shape, and this affects the way these are animated in. At this point, they're being animated in one letter at a time. I'm going to change this from square to ramp up, and then I'm going to need to make an adjustment on our offset right here to get this to work. I'm going to set this offset to a negative 100. And now we'll take a look at the animation. And so you can kind of imagine a ramp going through there, them not pulling up one at a time, but them following that ramp as it goes by. We'll take a look at ramp down. Triangle. Round. And then our last option there, smooth. I'm going to set that back to square and then go back up here to our range offset right there and set that to 0. To demonstrate smoothness, I'm just going to drop this down to 0. And now our animations are just going to pop in. And here's that smoothness at 50%. Let me set that back to 100%. So for the next two properties, ease high and ease low, I've created a new animation. I've animated the text using position. So I added that in, and when I initially set this up, I put the text in the center of the composition, and then I used the layers transform properties. Let me jump all the way down here on position, and I brought the text way down here. And then using the animators position right here, I brought the text up to the top. That's going to give us a lot of room for this animation. Let me go ahead and play through that. Right now, each letter has a constant velocity from the bottom of the screen to the top. This ease high and ease low is very similar to ease in and ease out. You have to work with these properties a little bit to get used to them. So I'm going to go to ease high and I'm going to bring that up to 100%. And now we can take a look at the animation. In this configuration, we see that it's easing out of the start, very slowly easing out, and then it's popping in to the end of the animation. I'll bring that back down to 0. And now I'm going to bring the ease low up to 100%. And we see that the animation is starting off very quickly and then easing into the stop. Now, to make this a little more complicated, I'm going to bring this ease low back down to 0. These actually will go to a negative 100%. So I'm going to bring the ease high down to negative 100%. I'll set that back to 0 and then bring the ease low down to a negative 100%. So you have all of these options on easing these animations. Now I'll take a look at this last property. It's very simple. Randomize order does exactly what it sounds like. It's going to randomize the order of this animation. So the animation is starting off with the T as the first letter. If you want to change that, go to the random seed, change it to any number you would like, and it will change this animation. I'm going to simply set it to 1 and play that. And then to demonstrate that again, I'll set it to 5. Every time you change the random seed, it's going to create a new animation order. And one nice thing that Adobe has done is that they have given you a number of presets that they've already created. To find those, go up into animation right here, browse presets. It should open up Adobe Bridge as long as you have it installed. And then it will have this set of folders here. You'll want to go into text right there. And these are all the different folders that they have animation presets set up. So I'll go into the animation in folder and you can click on one of these, then preview it right over here. So there are a large number of presets that you can use. These can be very useful if you want to go ahead and just use the presets, or if you want to take a look at them and see how they've created them to learn more on these animators. Another really nice thing about this is, let me go back into After Effects, and I don't have any animators on this line of text. That text is selected, and I have the timeline indicator right here at the beginning of the timeline. If I wanted these animators to be applied, say, let's go 2 seconds in, I'll set it right there. Just set your timeline indicator right there. Go back over to Bridge, whichever one of these presets you want to use, double click on it. You'll notice now that it's telling me After Effects wants my attention. So I'll click on it. It has added that preset to this text and it's right there in the timeline. So I can play through that now. So these are really easy to use. Then you can jump in there and start taking a look at all of the different things that are going on in this animator to see how it's working. To find those presets in After Effects, I'm going to go over here and collapse my properties panel. And I'm looking for this Effects and Presets panel right here. Open that up, and then right there at the top will be the animation presets. Open that up and then drop down to text. And there are all the categories for the presets. I'm going to go to, let's see, I've got this one animating in. I'll go in and I'll set my timeline indicator right here. And I'll look for something on the animate out. And I'll choose this slide off right by character. I'll just grab it, drag it in, drop it on that layer right there. And you can see, let me pull to the side here. You can see that that animation starts right there. Let's take a look at it. Now I need to go into the animator and make some adjustments. Let me just see if I can fix this real quick. It's that animator 1 right there. I'll open it up and we know that this is being animated on position. So it's this position right here that we need to adjust. So I'll just go ahead and slide that on out. And now all of my text should animate out to that right side. If we want to adjust the timing of it, speed that up a little bit, we can grab that second keyframe there and bring that in a second or two. And now we can take a look at it. I hope this has been helpful. For more on After Effects, motion media design, and other digital content creation, hit the like and subscribe button and check out my other videos.